Hallo und willkommen zurück zu Folge 14 von Highway Blossoms. In der letzten Folge sind Marina und Amber beim Double Arch gewesen, weil sie dort den Schatz vermuteten, aber leider nicht fündig geworden. Danach haben sie Mariah und Joseph getroffen und haben sich beim Essen mit denen ein wenig unterhalten. Dabei kamen Mariah und Amber im Zuge des Gesprächs gleichzeitig eine Eingebung, der Schatz müsste beim sogenannten Balanced Rock sein. Daraufhin sind sie beide sofort in ihre Autos gestiegen und es gab eine krasse und ziemlich illegale Verfolgungsjagd. An einer Straßengabelung ist dann Mariah nach rechts, Amber nach links. Und im Endeffekt lag Amber richtig. So sind sie beim Balanced Rock angekommen und genau dort setzen wir wieder ein. Solid ground feels foreign after the rocketing motorhome. This must be what it feels like to return from a voyage at sea. Marina, the landlubber, doesn't seem to be having any trouble now that we're not barreling along the highway. The spring in her step has returned, and I worry that she's going to bang the metal detector against the ground as she half walks, half skips. Some of the other people watch us go, but no one follows or says anything. They probably assume we're just next in the line of failures. A line which must be pretty long, given how much trash and misplaced earth there is around here. Pangs of guilt remind me yet again of the broken brick at Chelly's Canyon, and I make my umpteenth resolution to be more careful. Broken brick at Chelly's Canyon? Ich erinnere mich nicht daran, dass sie was kaputt gemacht haben. Oder lagen da einfach kaputte herum, die andere Leute kaputt gemacht haben. Whatever. Just ahead, Marina's come to a stop. Head tilted back, I can tell she's admiring Balanced Rock. It's certainly an impressive view. Someday I'd like to take her back to all these places we've gone, but without the pressure of the treasure hunt rushing us. Just taking in the sights. I slow my steps a little, so I can keep watching her from behind. Maybe sensing me, she spins around and waves.
Hurry up!
Yelling even though I'm close enough to hear her normal volume level. I pick up the pace once more.
So where was Chip?
Over there, to the right.
There's a large stone wall besides Balanced Rock itself, with a short slope between them.
It was right at the edge of that little hill.
So where that pile of rocks is now?
Yep, that's the spot.
Genau unter den Felsen wahrscheinlich. You can't tell that there used to be anything there, but I've seen pictures in the atlases Gramps kept around, or the history books he liked to read. Compared to Balanced Rock, Chip off the old block looked tiny. But it was actually a decent size. There's a pile of stones at the base that are probably Chip's remains. They're indistinguishable from the rest of the red rocks though. Some are as big as my head or even bigger. It's hard to tell if anyone else picked through here, but since there aren't any shovel marks or holes, I'm guessing not.
Where do we start?
I think for a moment.
First, let's get the easy stuff out of the way. You go check that side with the metal detector, and I'll check this one.
Nehmen wir noch einen Metal Detector. Ich finde interessant, dass Mariah das auch wusste, die schien halt nicht so irgendwie. Ja, andererseits war sie sowieso damit obsessed, ne, und hat sich sehr lange damit beschäftigt. Aber das Journal ist hier ja auch neu. Als ob sie jetzt speziell Arches Utah Zeug darüber gelernt hat. We sweep over the ground between the hill where Chip once stood and the massive stone wall beside it. Nothing.
Okay, that's pretty much what I expected.
I lean my metal detector against the wall and go back to the pile of rocks. Jetzt beginnt der Spaß.
Just check over the places that I uncover, okay?
Marina nods, holding her detector at the ready. She reminds me of a surgeon about to perform an operation. I roll aside some of the rocks with my feet, but most are so big that I have to stoop down and use my hands. There are more of them than I thought, and I'm soon sweaty and sore.
Do you want any help?
Nah,
I'm panting.
just keep scanning.
She does so, dutifully retracing my steps. Still nothing. After a couple minutes, I stand up and take a swig from a water bottle. I'm glad I remembered to bring them this time. Marina sets down her metal detector to do the same. Und da
You
fängt
think
an zu
Tess
piepen.
and them are okay?
Why wouldn't they be?
Don't you think Mariah's gonna flip out when she realizes she took the wrong turn?
Ja, aber als ob sie dann Tess und Joe was tut. Oder was denkt sie gerade?
Probably. That's her fault, though.
Not like you would have let her go down this side of the road.
Hey, I did what I had to do.
Uh-huh. But you're never going to do that again, okay?
If we get the next treasure too, I won't have to.
When we get it, you meanie.
Right. When?
Only one more to go after this. One more frantic search, and then I drain my water bottle and crumple it up before shoving it into my pocket.
Break's over. Back to work.
I pop my bag and resume moving rocks out of the way. I've been working from the outer edge of the rock pile inward, since they're more concentrated in the center. Like a shadow, Marina continues to stick to me, going where I go. Nearly 10 minutes of uninterrupted shuffling pass. By now I'm expecting Mariah to have caught up or to get here soon. But she never arrives. Maybe she just gave up. Although, knowing Mariah, that's just wishful thinking. I've just finished moving a torso-sized rock when it happens. The metal detector begins to chirp, bright and earnest. Marina and I exchange a look and I nod.
I'll get the shovel!
It's leaning up against the wall by the second metal detector. Ach, sie haben doch zwei. Marina grabs it, starts back towards me, then doubles back to set the detector aside as well. I move to take the shovel from her, but she holds it away, shaking her head.
Nuh-uh. You moved all the rocks.
Yeah, but
She frowns at me, and I can tell this is an argument I won't win.
Okay. Be careful, though. Don't throw out your shoulder.
I know what I'm doing.
Elite, expert, trained, treasure hunter, am I right? And she steps at the ground like she's wielding a salad fork. It bounces off with a jolt.
You need to go at it with more of an angle, like you're trying to slide it into the ground.
I move behind her and adjust her arms a little. Her shoulders are damp with sweat, though I'm drenched with it. She tenses up when I first touch her, but relaxes almost immediately. It's enough to make me self-conscious though, and I take a quick step back.
Sorry.
I'm mumbling.
Oh, no, you're fine. You just surprised me.
Her voice is higher than usual.
It's okay. You should have it now.
Nodding, Marina jabs at the ground again. She swoops out a little bit of dirt and dumps it aside. Watching her dig is painful. Either the ground is hard or she's not strong enough to make fast progress. Whatever the reason, it's slow going, but she refuses my repeated offer to take over, so with my hands on my hips, I watch as the hole very slowly gets deeper. She's reached a depth of maybe a foot or so when the shovel thumps against something that isn't dirt. Our eyes instantly meet. I stoop down and brush a little bit of dirt away from the shovel blade. Sure enough, I can feel rough wood just under my fingertips.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
Now she forces the shovel towards me.
I don't want to mess it up.
Okay. Look out.
She steps back a couple feet but leans forward to watch. I scrape at the dirt around the spot that we hit, trying to find where the edges are. Once I reveal one corner, I start to dig off thin slices of dirt next to it. Soon the outline of the whole box is visible. I hear Marina suck in a sharp breath. My heart is pounding with the same cautious excitement I felt at Shiprock. It hardly feels real, and yet, well, there's only a 10% chance that I'm dead and it isn't. I lift the box out of the ground with the blade of the shovel and Marina plucks it off. It makes a familiar rattling sound as she moves it. So hoch komme ich mit meiner Stimme nicht. But I hold up a dirty finger to my lips.
Not yet.
Looking back towards the parking lot, I can't tell if anyone has seen us. Seen us dig and find the treasure.
Don't say anything until we get back to the car.
Wie versteckt ihr das? Ein bisschen auffällig, wenn man mit so einer Holzkiste rumläuft. Naja. She's a quivering leaf of excitement, but she manages to keep her mouth mostly shut for now. But not before hissing out an excited Amber! I just smile, hoping that I look calm. Die Musik, ich mag die. Da, 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 da. Gute Mundharmonika-Musik hier. Marina cradles the box in the crook of her arm like an infant, doing her best to keep it hidden from onlookers as we head back to the motorhome. She carries the shovel in a free hand, while I have both metal detectors. I don't even notice the soreness in my arms. Though it's not the first time, the excitement of sitting down in front of the sealed box of gold feels fresh and new. This one feels heavier than the last one, and it rattles less, like there's not as much empty space. Without being asked, Marina retrieves the screwdriver and hammer that I've been using to smash the locks. She sets them down in front of me, but I offer them to her. Hat der Typ einfach 3 Holzkisten mit sich rumgetragen, wenn er rumgereist ist, abgesehen von mehreren Kilo Gold?
Care to do the honors?
You sure?
But she takes them.
Yeah, why not?
Her face lights up with a look of happiness that's worth more to me than the gold. If I'd known it was that big a deal to her, I'd have let her do this back at Shiprock. It takes her a couple tries, but she bashes the lock off without even damaging the rest of the box. She looks to me to open it, but I shake my head.
Nope, that's all you.
But she shakes her head too.
We worked together to find it, so we'll open it together.
Then she places her hand over mine, guiding it to the lid.
Ready?
Yeah.
Oh, bitte jetzt keine Enttäuschung, ne? She maneuvers my hand to flip the box open. It's full of dull-colored nuggets, like a moldy fast food meal. I take one out, bouncing it with my palm, and feeling the heavy softness that's almost familiar by now. Then I pass it to Marina, who treats it with her usual reverence. She gently sets it back into the box and then smiles.
We're pretty good at this whole treasure hunting thing, huh?
Achievement, 3rd piece of treasure. Now you're back on track. Ja, danke. I shut the box and nod.
Yeah, we're not bad.
Even when the box is closed, it radiates a heavy aura, one that's almost intimidating whenever I come near it. I place it in the drawer and seal it away, a sigh of relief following.
2 down, 1 to go.
Whoa, there's only one more piece left?
Hier gab es 3 insgesamt und sie haben halt das eine nicht gefunden. Oder gab es 4 und sie haben jetzt das zweite aufgegeben und suchen nach dem 4. stattdessen?
I think so. There's only some experts writing about historical relevance after the next entry.
Flopping down on the couch next to Marina, I take a sip of my coffee and flip to the final entry of the journal. Marina glosses over the page, a hazy look forming in her eyes as she soaks it in.
I can't believe it's almost over.
Yeah, it's weird that it hasn't even been that long.
The motorhome goes quiet, the buzz of the generator humming in the background.
Well, it's not over yet. We still gotta figure out where it is, and then there's still the search.
I think Marina's enthusiasm is becoming infectious. She simply nods, now just gazing into her lap.
Well, let's see what it says.
After several days of travel, I believe I have finally arrived at my first destination. It is well known I have an astute eye for locations. After all, this is how I found my precious bounty, so it is no mistake that I easily found the perfect hiding place within this valley. I arrived on horseback, at the blistering peak of noon. Looking for shelter from the coming night, I began noticing something different, something distinct. Crimson. All of it. Shades lighter than pink and darker than blood. The color stained it all, from giant unmovable stones to the tiniest grains of sand. It was as if the land had absorbed the sun's heat and reflected it outwards. Even at sunset, the cave I settled in emanated a bright red glow that speckled out from its opening. That night, as I laid on the ground, watching the flames of my fire shoot up to the cave's roof, I wondered if there were more places like this out in this unsettled land. During my travels on the trail, I was too preoccupied with preparations to observe the world around me. But now that I have achieved success, maybe I shall. It would be a shame if my superb observational skills went to waste. Achievement unlocked. Now for the book report. Read every journal entry. I was never certain about the other locations, and considering how many giant rocks, canyons and arches are in this country, most of them were probably just a fluke. But this is unmistakable. The vivid and breathtaking imagery, the constant allusions to flames, and most importantly, the heat.
He hid it in the Valley of Fire.
Wow. Was für ein passender Name. Marina snaps back to attention, my conviction pulling her from Marina Land.
Are you sure?
Positive. There's no other place it could be.
Oh.
She might as well have shot down my momentum with an elephant gun.
Oh, that's all?
Yep.
No.
Ooh, what's that? A place always on fire?
Oof. She narrows her eyes to an unimpressed squint. If they could shoot lasers, they would be right now.
Amber, how dumb do you think I am?
Oof.
I didn't say you were...
Always on fire, really?
Now I feel dumb for saying it.
Probably should.
Ouch. If her enthusiasm is infectious, then so is my unrelenting realism. It's corrupting her innocence.
By the way, what's the Valley of Fire?
Well, maybe not too infectious. Massaging my scalp, I shake my hair, hopefully creating enough new wrinkles in my brain that will help with explaining this.
Alright, so take a whole bunch of rock, sand, and dirt, okay?
Okay.
Now make most of it red.
My explanation is met with a vacant stare.
I swear, it's a lot cooler than I'm making it out to be. It's just kind of hard to explain without pictures.
Don't worry, I believe. Sounds awesome. Where is it anyway?
Ist das jetzt schon der nächste Tag oder noch der Abend?
A little ways into Nevada.
Nevada?
Her knees bounce, jolting the table.
Are we even old enough to gamble?
Mädchen, was?
There's more in Nevada than Vegas, dummy.
Las Vegas ist in Nevada?
Still, isn't that pretty far?
That might work to our benefit. I'll need to check the map again, but I think we'll be passing by a place I want to check out.
Her voice brightens.
You actually want to go sightseeing?
Don't act so surprised. It's not like I was gonna make a straight shot for California before I picked you up. Besides, I think you might like it.
Though she does like virtually everything.
It's a place called Zion. It's a national park here in Utah. I hear it's a hell of a lot greener than the places we've been through. I know we're in a rush, so we won't stay very long.
She's going to burst from excitement, and I still can't resist messing with her. It's cute.
But I guess if you don't think we can afford the time...
I expect her to throw herself at me, hug me, squeeze me with all the energy and happiness she usually does it with. But she doesn't. Sitting perfectly still, Marina takes a single breath and gazes at me with a smile.
I've been surrounded by desert all my life. Seeing green for once would be nice. I'd love to go with you, Amber.
An unsettling hollowness expands in my chest as I realize I don't know how to deal with a serious Marina.
Oh. Alright then.
She doesn't answer. Eyes now closed, arms folded in her lap, the empty cooperative smile more forced than ever. What?
Well, there's still a lot of hours left in the day. I'm not sure if we'll make it in time to check into the campground, but we'll be close enough that we can do it in the morning if we leave now.
Marina nods. Was? Szene war gerade ein bisschen seltsam. We scooch out of the booth and walk the 10 awkward steps to our seats. Strapping ourselves in, I switch on the ignition, the RV snorting into being. I reach for the cassette player, then look to Marina, already lost in her thoughts, as she stares out the window. I don't have the heart. No. I don't have the courage to snap her out of it this time. Sighing, I bring my hand back without pressing play and pull the motorhome into drive. Die Szene verstehe ich grad nicht. Was war das gerade? It's too bad too. I think I'm really starting to like Marina's hugs. Hours and several cups of coffee later, we've arrived at our destination. Or at least close enough to easily check in the morning, yet hidden enough to not get out. Marina looks to the window, but her eyes drift back over to me, then mine to hers. For one drawn-out second, our eyes interlocked, petrified by the other's stare. Then time continues. Our heads swing in the other direction so fast it takes my mind a few moments to catch up. The side of her cheek I can still see is flushed. Glancing in the rearview mirror, I find mine are too. I grip the steering wheel, then cautiously, without turning my head, look back to Marina. She notices. Our eyes connect again. Blush. Rinse. Repeat. Wow. The past 4 hours have been excruciating, especially while fighting the urge to throw on music. I wanted to give Marina the space she needed to say what she has to. Or give myself the space to blurt out what I need to say. It was just... Again, Marina looks. I jump. We blush. Never the right time. Deciding I've had enough, I hop out of my seat and stretch. Marina follows. I grab my mug from the holder and drag myself across the scratchy carpet to the sink. A small jolt shocks my finger as I reach for the faucet. The mug slips from my hand and crashes onto the counter, splashing coffee everywhere.
Crap.
Let me help.
Marina springs over and reaches for a kitchen rag, but I swat down her hand and grab it just as she does.
Don't worry.
Now we're forced to look directly at each other, but there's no blushing this time. I nod and pull away the rag as her fingers slide down the fabric.
I got this.
She stares down at the counter, the spilled coffee trickling onto the floor with a steady drip.
Oh.
Oh, it's so weird. Without another word, she slouches back to the couch.
If you give me a sec, I can set up the bed.
The bed's metal frame slams down with a loud clank that vibrates under my feet, followed by the couch cushion swishing past me, landing on the other side of the motorhome. Beth.
For ya.
Damn it. Whatever, I'll deal with this in the morning. I toss the rag into the sink and head to my room, hesitating in front of the slider. Please don't let it end like this.
Amber.
There's a pause. Several times I hear small gasps, like she's about to speak, but they all just melt into sighs.
Good night.
Night.
My hand balls into a fist, my fingernails clawing deep into my skin. I step into the room and shut the slider behind me, immediately throwing my face onto the pillow. I can feel my heart pounding as I roll onto my back. Lying there, twisted up in my sheet, it just keeps beating and beating, never settling down. Managing to lift myself up on my elbows, I look at the picture next to the slider. The one with the vinyl sleeve. I still remember how his hand felt against my head, from the bony joints of his fingers to how their calluses massaged my scalp. For such a breezy old man, it's amazing to think just how strong and confident his love was. I let my head fall back against the bed and rest my forearm over my face.
Oh man, what am I gonna do, Gramps?
Ja, das war das nächste Kapitel. Ich hoffe, es hat euch gefallen. Bis nächstes Mal. Was für ein weirdes Ende. Hier noch ein kleines Etwas, das ich gerne mit euch teilen wollte. Und zwar habe ich zufällig beim Anime schauen eine interessante Werbung gehabt, nämlich diese hier. Man erkennt direkt. Perfektes Targeting, ja. Marina, und ich schätze mal, spielt an auf genau dieses Achievement. Das ist schon, naja, gutes Targeting, wie gesagt. Naja, bis dann und bis zum nächsten Mal.